Hello world and welcome to Keith's Universe. So this is my first of many vegan related videos, so I thought I would start off by taking the opportunity to tell you why I am now vegan. Generally speaking, most vegans are vegan for three main reasons. Now obviously one of those three reasons is more important than the others. So the three golden reasons why most people decide to become vegan are: first and most importantly, animal cruelty. Number two is health, and number three is environment. Animal cruelty. My first and most important reason for wanting to become vegan is that I don't want to support animal cruelty. This is the main reason why all vegans become vegan in the first place. Because veganism is not just a diet, it is a lifestyle and philosophy promoting better ethical treatment to animals and indeed any sentient being. The conditions that farm animals are forced to live in are horrific. They are kept in overcrowded and very cramped spaces and environments. They are administered antibiotics so that they can grow faster and stay alive longer in very unsanitary conditions. A lot of factory farms, for example, give their animals steroids. The idea of this is to allow the animal to grow to a very unnaturally large size. This is most obvious in chickens. In fact, their unnatural growth spurts are so extensive that they acquire so much excess body fat that their legs cannot even support their bodies. And in many cases, this does result in their death. And of course, the end result for most farm-bred animals, particularly in factory farms, is the act of slaughter itself. And just an FYI, the dairy industry is in fact tied to the meat industry, as not all cows are deemed as efficient enough providers of milk, either to the extent of not being able to produce milk at all, or not being able to produce milk fast enough. And most of the time that does end in these particular cows being taken straight to the slaughterhouse to be butchered for meat. Now I know some people like to use the phrase humane slaughtering. Personally, as far as I'm concerned, that is an oxymoron. There is no such thing as humane slaughtering. The act of killing and slaughtering in of itself is not a humane act. If you are ending a creature's life against their will, that can hardly be defined as humane. Health. There are a lot of health benefits to becoming vegan or adapting a plant-based diet, and there are a lot of diseases and conditions one can prevent by adapting a plant-based diet. And in many cases, it can actually eradicate certain conditions. However, it should be noted that the vast majority of cases where a person's health increases with a vegan/plant-based diet is usually when someone has a more balanced whole foods plant-based diet. If you plan to consume a junk foods-based diet that also happens to be vegan, you can expect your health to increase with that. So if you're going to be having veggie burgers and frozen fries a lot of the time, don't expect any dramatic changes. Most likely that's not going to happen, and a lot of the time you will feel some very unpleasant side effects like bloating and some digestion issues. Now I know some people are not becoming vegan for health reasons and it's all about the animal rights and only about the animal rights. That's fine. With me personally, I like to have health as part of the package and parcel to why I decided to become vegan. So I do try to limit my intake of junk food that happens to be vegan. What I have found that works for me best is a whole foods based diet. But I'm not 100% whole foods. I'm about 70% whole foods Monday to Friday, and then weekends I do like to have a little bit of a treat. I like to treat myself on the weekends, be it a veggie burger, maybe some fried tofu or some oven fries or something of that nature, or I might go to a vegan fast food place and have a nice vegan burger there. There's a lot of places that do some really delicious beetroot burgers. I really like those. They have some potato wedges to go on the side, and it's really pretty damn good, to be honest. But getting back into the specifics of the health benefits of adapting a whole foods plant-based diet, For starters, you're going to reduce your saturated fats, which is associated with preventing blood and heart problems. Generally speaking, vegans tend to do a much better and more efficient job at digesting fiber, and high fiber containing diets can prevent colon cancer. In fact, a recent study in the United Kingdom indicates that a plant-based diet prevents heart diseases and type 2 diabetes. These diets can go as far as preventing heart attacks and strokes. There are, of course, many more diseases and conditions that a plant-based diet can help reduce and prevent, from various forms of cancer, macular degeneration, high cholesterol, cataracts, arthritis, osteoporosis. As for the health benefits, there's quite a few of these too. For example, the ability to lose weight more effectively, having more energy, higher immunity, healthier skin, hair and nails. Vegans have also reported having a more pleasant body odor once going vegan. Personally, I've not really experienced much of a difference myself between not being a vegan and being a vegan, but I guess this is one of those things that occurs on a case-by-case basis. As an added food for thought, pun intended, my initial breaking point to me wanting to go vegan was after having a very nasty experience from a dairy product which caused me to have one of the worst forms of a stomach virus that I have ever experienced. After having that experience, I didn't even want to think about consuming dairy. I was just done. Honestly, I just had enough of dairy. I did not want that in my system anymore. Take from that what you will, but I have not had any such experiences even remotely like this with a plant-based milk. So it just makes more sense for me just to avoid the dairy milk entirely. The environment. Another key reason to why I decided to go vegan was for environmental reasons. Now granted, my going green practices are far from perfect, but I do aim to reduce waste as much as possible and do as much as I possibly can to aid the environment as much as I can and reduce any further damage as much as I can. The fact of the matter is, plant-based foods require less land and less water in order for us to produce them. While millions do not have enough food to eat, we still continue to waste valuable agricultural land by using only a very small fraction of its potential. Plant-based foods are not only kinder to the environment based on the less resources required in order to produce them, supporting a plant-based diet is also vastly more sustainable for our growing world's population. And that's where I'm going to end today's discussion. I've just explained the why. Next vegan related video, I'm going to explain the how. Thank you so very much for watching. Freedom, peace and love to you all. Bye now.